Howdy, howdy. It is Tuesday, 10:30 in the A's and the M's. That would be Pacific time, 1:30 for those of you on the far coast in the U's and the A's. So today we're going to be looking at a couple different campaigns to make sure we got things set up and ready to go. Also going to be looking to see what kind of new cool stuff we got with the map packs. So you can see, by the way, this is how the this map looked the same as this before I added all this, what I hope to be exciting flavor and things to it. So this is our group. You can see they're pretty bloodied. Oh, that's a bad guy. They're hurt a little bit. And there's the other two. So they're going to be moving in here. We got all our feet tracks. Some of them are really thin, really grayed out to show traffic. We got our water. We've got a cart that fell off underneath the water. We've got a trapped. This is a thing that they can work their way through if they want to. And then up here, what had happened was you got this main tunnel here. And the main tunnel goes through here. And then this goes down to here, this lower tunnel. And that's why you have all this water. That's why it's lower. And this tunnel goes along it. It goes down very fast and then is wet. So that's what's happening there. We have a couple encounters. Just checking through some things. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and increase my scale a little bit for you guys. Come on. Increase the scale so you can read some things a little bit better. Move this up. So to change the size of your maps, hold Control, left click, and you can just drag it. It's one way to do it. You can also go from the bottom down here. This, you right click, that unlocks it. Pull it up. And the reason I'm doing that is because when you change the scale UI, it does not refit it. All right, give me just a moment while I take care of some nose stuff. All right, did you miss me? Thought I was going to make you watch the intro again. Ha! So, what the scale UI does, if you hit slash SCALEUI space 50 to 100. All right, come on. Sorry, not sure what happened there. Let's try this again. Click, click, click. Scale UI space 50 to 100. Right now I'm changing it to 100. You can see everything jumps up. Everything gets bigger. I think I'm going to go a little bit higher. because of the extension, because of the wording I'm using in this one. So now if I press the up arrow, it brings back what I just typed. So now I'm just changing it to 105. All right, so like for example, I have a giant TV in our living room, and um, it's like a 48 inch or something like that. Um, and I hook up my little baby laptop to it, put Fantasy Grounds on this giant thing, and I can change the scale UI all the way down to like 75 to give yourself a lot more room to move things around and do stuff because you have a bigger screen. Anywho, um, hopefully, so now you should be able to read the words a little bit better. It's still a little tough for you guys, I know, and I'm sorry, but uh, I like this wood theme. It's pretty cool. All right, so what this is, there's no fight here. It just goes, the flooded tunnel goes down. Okay, so it doesn't actually say it, but it makes it it's pretty clear though, by extension that you can see this part, the top part from the bottom part. Otherwise, there's no way the cart could have gotten there. So up here, there's a fight. I've got the Area 5 miners, the flooded Area 5 flooded. Yep, this is the same. All right, so cool. So yeah, so they come across here. They can go down here, and what's in here? A secret treasure. Of what? Is it worth it? Oh yeah, it is. Oh, there's a bunch of jade. Okay, that they can get. That's the whole purpose of this mine in the first place, is to get jade. All right, so as you can see, I have a lot of links here. This is a picture of the Bugbear Assassin. He's the boss. And then I have the Hunt Masters, which they've seen already. All right, cool, 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 cool. Everything is set up and ready to go. Um, so you can see I usually honestly don't even use the DM map, typically, when I'm running my campaigns, simply because I put links all on the player map, and that's what everybody's using. It's where the tokens are, it's where the players move everything. So I just use the player map and all the links that are there. I think my allergies. So let's go with the old. Today's episode brought to you by Cetirizine. If you don't like scratching your eyes out and blowing your nose every 5 minutes, Cetirizine. All right, so here we go. See, we got a little light and everything else. Um, and speaking of witches, if you want to see what the light looks like, we'll zoom out a little bit. So you can see here, that's all you can see. You got fire. Um, Luthien is there. She has dark vision. Why isn't it clicking on her? There's Luthien. Okay. Oops, didn't mean to move him. All right. So anyway, so we are set and ready to go. I just wanted to do some checking on this, see where we were at as far as that's concerned, because we're going to be playing this late tonight. I don't expect them to be able to go through. They're right here right now. So they still have this, and then whichever way they decide to go. They can't swim on. They would have to swim to get under here. So they're probably going to go over here, path of least resistance. You would presume. So, all right. So let's take a look at the new art pack. See what we got real quick. If you're not familiar with the art pack for Fantasy Grounds, Fantasy Grounds does a pretty cool things that where you can do um, it's a $5 a month subscription to art. They sell all their art packs. They sell all their sorry folks. So they sell all their art packs, and so you can purchase them individually. If you purchase an art pack, then everything within that art pack is accessible to you from then on. Um, if you have the subscription for $5 a month, you have access to all the art packs ever done. You have to all the themes ever done, like this wood theme I'm using right now. However, if you then stop using the art pack, or I mean stop subscribing to the art pack subscription, then when your subscription runs out, you will not have access to those particular things. So if I go in here and let's say we go to what happened? Oh, I'm in tokens, that's why. Go to all. So now we go over to FG, looking for the old fantasy in the grounds. Let's see, FG. So we have meanders tokens. Let's go with trying to figure out which one is the new one. Jungle, meanders, old world, underground, spaceship, regional. All right, so I'm not sure which one came out this week. But say, for example, I wanted to, yeah, there's somewhere on the forums where you can get a list of what comes out each week and when. I was hoping I would just recognize it, but unfortunately I do not. So let's go with Old World. I don't remember Old World. Um, so what I'm saying is if I make an image and I use these in my image, so I have these hills, mountain ranges, and I throw the bridge on there, and I have some forests, and I make a map with this. Then I stop my subscription, subscription runs out. I open up that map. It's just going to be where those particular assets are going to be blank. I won't have access to those anymore. Um, take a look at the tiles. Okay, cool. And they're this color, if you're wondering, so that you can make them, you can then color them yourself. It's easier to color if they're a neutral or a whiter or a lighter color. So that way. All right, interesting. If I ever need to make a map, I've got that, so that's good to know. The crests came out a couple weeks ago. Decal came out, I think it was last week, with the decal map. And take a look at the interior map pack. Look at the decorations. Okay, yeah, these have been around for a while. Let's take a look at the furniture. Vines, very nice. Broom, barrels, candelabra, chestesses. Yeah, so my party had come upon this river, and they saw some treasure, these broken chests at the bottom of the river about 10 feet down. So they took off their armor and gear and stuff and dove into the water. So I used this, colored it, and used that for the gear that they had left on the ground. And they got a kick out of that. It was pretty cool. It worked pretty well. Hello, Mr. Atomic. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, you missed my earlier quote. It's one of my favorite ones of where you see a loaf of bread with a hole in it, and the person, the baker there says, I baked it with a small tin cup that had glue in it, and then I removed the cup, so now it's gluten free. All right, so we're just looking at some map packs, familiarizing myself with some of the things. A pig platter. Interesting. Those are hard to find when you need one. It's like, man, I just need it. If only I had a picture of a pig on a platter. Boom. Well, now we do. Boo. You didn't like my joke, my gluten free. um, uh, yeah, I'd actually heard that. I reset it in one of my streams, but they were asking the baker for gluten free bread, and so that was his interpretation of gluten free. All right, so what we're doing, so we finished this up. Um, so what I want to do now is let's go ahead and let's see. We've got, so I think what I'm going to do is take a look at the characters, and let's make see if we can find, thinking about making a character, a party lineup, a group photo, if you will. But the problem with this particular group is I do not have anything, any kind of full body art for any of them. All right, so we're gonna start with this guy. We're gonna go with human ranger D&D because there are park rangers and everything else, and we'll get a bunch of weird crap. So, boom, and then we're gonna go to image, boom. This guy's actually really close. I like that one a lot. This one's pretty good too, though. And I'd rather have with nothing around it. Yeah, this is it. All right, well, he was quick. So you save it. When you're going to work with this type of thing, you want to use it for Fantasy Grounds. You have a couple choices. The most important thing is knowing where you saved it to. You know, where in your computer, what location you saved it to. In this particular case, this is a decent shot picture. I'm going to save this to use later. So I'm just going to put this in my, let's see, I used to have in my Fantasy Ground maps, so I have tokens, but this isn't going to be for a token. All right, so I'm just going to put this in my Fantasy Grounds images, and it'll be human, it'll be ranger. So I know where it is. Boom, save. Okay, now we need to find us a goblin. I'm gonna put goblin rogue just because. Just cause. Alright, so this is what we've been using all along. And I sort of like that blue conical hat that he's wearing. But let's take a look and see what else we can find. This is not bad at all. I like this guy. He's pretty cool. Man, he's not really well dressed. This one's nice. It fits very close to. It has the base, but I can always get rid of that if I need to. Let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and put in. He has single weapon, doesn't have dual. A lot of these have the dual weapons, including the one I like so far. These are interesting. And they're already pings. Let's see. Very small. Alright, so let's go ahead and follow this link. Very similar pictures. Here's a decent one. So for this group photo, what I like to do is I like to have them be full body when plausible. Here we go. He's a little more cartoony than I wanted, but I don't mind that too bad. That's a good one too, although he doesn't have an eye patch. I like this art, by the way. Really well done. That's from their depiction of. This is a goblin from Critical Role. This one is actually really close to, because he uses a short bow and a single dagger. It's not bad, not bad. All right, so the last. Hello, Drake Takes. Welcome, welcome. The character walks up to the ogres that are in the cave. Unfortunately, you were muted on your end. I did not hear you saying something. Oh, okay. Yeah, dang it, we missed an RP opportunity. Yeah, so Drake Takes talking about I play a barbarian who is surprisingly not rash. And so what he'll usually do is he'll tell the rest of the group, okay, guys, get ready. And he'll walk up to the bad guys. Um, there have been jackals, and in this case, he's talking about ogres. Um, and I just start having a conversation. So in this particular case with the alchemy jug and the ogres, I was like, hey, I've got some mead, you've got some beer. I mean, I've got some beer, you've got some meat. Let's eat. You know, you share with me, I'll share with you. We can eat. They were cooking rats, by the way, which my character has already eaten before. Has had cooked rat before. Anyway, so I was just there to talk to them and stuff, and so he was saying that I was muted when I said that, so he didn't hear me say it. So it is annoying, but as usual, the bad guys don't listen to me and just fight me and kill me anyway. So, but it was fun. So that's what I was saying. Um, that's right, Dem's good eatings. That's right. When they're cooked, prepared properly, you just have to eat around the gross parts. All right, so I'm torn between these two. I don't know. The only thing about this one is that's a girl. The only thing about this one is you know what? And this matches the more the ranger vibe of his other character, the guy he's with. So he's a sidekick, by the way. So we're gonna use this one. Boom. So again, save image. Again, just make sure you know where it is. This is Goblin Rogue. It's in the same spot, so we're gonna save it. All right, now we need Luthien. She is a female. I want to say half elf, wood elf. Okay. I got sidetracked here for a second. Well, how is this? Oh, he's got a skull over his face. Okay. I was like, how is that a thing that's an undead? All right. Wood, elf, druid, female. Here we go. Hold on to your shorts, folks. Not sure about the pants and why would she be wearing a skirt, but okay. All right. So not quite as insane as I was expecting. So again, the concern here, this is Liliana. I mean, um, what's her name? She's a planeswalker from D&D. I mean, from Magic the Gathering. Boy, my mouth is just not connecting with the stuff my brain is coming up with. I'll think of her name in a minute. That's a cool picture. I'm hoping to find something that's close to what she already has. Some sort of blonde. I think I'm going to go, I might switch this to have her be a sort of a druid. Have her be a ranger. See if I can find something there. That's not a bad shot. Is that full body? No. It's really cool art, though. I like that a lot. Good job there, Pinterest person, whoever you are. This is pretty close. Actually, I think I'm going to use that because that's a little fancier than what she normally would wear. but the intensity in the eyes and such. I like it. I like it. All right, so now we're starting to drift farther and farther away from our original intent. So this one I'm just going to save to see. We'll put Druid. I don't think I have any Druids right now. Nope. Okay, that's a dude. That's definitely not female. All right. So let's look at Ranger. Let's look at Wood Elf. Ranger. More female good images than males usually. Um, to some extent, yeah. Uh, the males usually tend to be darker and I mean that literally. The art is usually darker, more blacks and grays. I've found than with males. Um, when you're talking about that type of thing. Although I found my ranger real fast. See, this one wouldn't be bad, but none of them are blonde. These are wood elf people. Of course, wood elves usually aren't. Wait, what's this? What's this? That's not bad. It's not bad at all. But it's not full body. The reason we need full body is we're doing. Oh, here we go. That is not bad at all. Um, I do like that one. What in the world is this? Quick aside. Okay, just not as well drawn. Oh, here we go. That one's not bad. Blonde. Cool bow. More dressed than half the others. Here we go. Another one. Actually, I think this is it. I think this is our contender right there. I believe we have a winner. All right, so now what we need to do is we go to our handy dandy Photoshop people. And for those watching, um, for later on, let me pull up my Pixlr, give them a little bit of free advo here. Pixlr.com, Pixlr.com. There's two different versions. There's E and W. The W is more, is not as in depth. The E gives you almost all the things that Photoshop does. And it's for free. It's actually web-based, not even downloaded on the computer from the web. I love it. I like it. I use it all the time. But if you've watched, if you're watching on YouTube and you've seen that cool killer opening sequence, that's by Drake Takes. He does that video. He put it together for me. So shout out to him. Another friend of mine, Marbanya, he made the music for it. Drake took all my screenshots and put them all together and made them cool. So I had that nice little intro, and so you can check him out at Drake Takes on the. Oops, it would help if I did it correctly. He's on the Twitches. He's also on the Using the Tubes. Um, he does a lot of live play D&D, so check him out. Atomic Hero Squad, uh, great way to start your morning. He streams every morning, I mean every weekday, I should say, which makes me a little sad because I work on the weekends, so I catch him on Friday and Mondays, definitely, and then periodically throughout the week if I'm ever up that early. Uh, but he's a lot of fun. I really enjoy. He's got a good community, people that come in every morning and say hi and talk to him, and you can buy cool stuff, make him wear a crazy hat, or uh, do a little wee musical interlude and stuff like that. So he's definitely worth watching. Great way to start your morning. Check him out. Fun times, absolutely. Uh, so show him some love. I don't think you'll regret it at all. Um, I really appreciate you guys hanging out and saying hi. If you have any, if you're watching this on the Using the Tubes, leave comments. I reply to every comment that I get. And if you have questions specifically, I can either answer it there, reply in the comments, or I'll address it in one of the videos. So feel free. All right, so let's finish our group photo, shall we? I did forget one other thing. I forgot our last sidekick is a, let's see exactly what he's called. He is called a winter wolf. All right, so let's just throw it out there and see what we get. All right, so this is the actual art right here from the D&D 5e book, right there. I don't want to stray too far from that. I like it. It works. I think it's cool. It matches his token and everything, so I'm just going to look real quick, having said that, to see if there's anything else I like better. This one's not bad. Ooh, I might go with that one because that's pretty cool looking art right there, buddy. I like this style too. That's pretty good. Good job there. All right. Um, yeah, I like this that it shows the size variant of these winter wolves. All right, what in the world is this? Sorry, guys. Quick rabbit hole. I like the weapon a lot. Just as like such a good take on a club or mace. So you use it for the stat blocks. It's two-handed though, so probably a great club. Okay, that one's pretty cool. Nice, fanciful art. All right, so we're gonna go with this one. Boom. Winter Wolf. This is a PNG. Good, 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 good. So that saves me trouble from him. He's the only one of the ones I pulled today that's a PNG. All right, so we're gonna go. Um, it's a furry guy in drag. That is not a dude. Just saying. All right. Um, all right. So you open the image using Pixlr. The one we want is so now that this is why it's important to know where it is. It's the hardest part is remembering where everything is. Go to my images. All right. So we'll just go in order. We'll go to the Druid. Oh, he's not a druid, he's a ranger. But I'll go ahead and do her since it's right. Do her image first. No, this is not the one I wanted. I wanted the other one. Did I save it as Luthien? HJKL. I did. All right, boom. Okay, so this is the only drawback to this type of art. That's why I leaned more toward the other ones, is because you have to get rid of all this extraneous stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to crop. Crap. Is that her cloak? That is her cloak. I may end up just chopping that off anyway, but we'll see. Boom, boom. Apply. Boom. We cropped it a little bit. And now we'll go with the eraser. Eraser. And just start erasing stuff. And you're like, did you want it to be that white? For now, yes. Because all we have to do is this. And then I can, and I'll show you. In theory, what I'm trying to do, I should then be able to use my selection tool and just get rid of this whole section with one fell swappy. One fell swoop. Drake has some sort of software that does something similar. This one has the selection tool, but there's so many variant colors here that I don't think that would work by itself. That's why I'm not using it. Usually I just do that. Use a selection tool and go. All right, so let's give it a shot and see. Boom, use the wand select. Go like this. Okay, so if we go in here, see, as you select these particular colors, there's just so many different colors that it's hard to get rid of all this stuff. All right, so my genius plan of just deleting everything in the white didn't work. But that's okay. Do it this way and it'll help. Boom. Get rid of most of it. All right, and then we take our, go back to our eraser and just bring up the brush a little bit. We'll zoom in. So all I'm trying to do is just get rid of this extraneous stuff. Are we on the eraser? Eraser. Oh, we still got this thing. So I don't know how to do that. That's the one thing that I have an issue with is whenever I use the wand tool, I don't know how to get out of the wand tool because it keeps. This is a user error, not a problem with the program itself. It's just me. I just don't know what to do. So what I do is save it. So now it's a ping, which is what I want in the first place. So we'll save it. So yeah, select tool, but it doesn't, see, that just moves around the one thing to select. Yeah, delete will delete it with the, so if I hit the wand, select, delete, it deletes it, yes. But what I'm saying is I now can't interact with the rest of the picture this way. So what I do, close, so I save it, and then just open it again. So we go to Luthien ping. So now I've got it again. Now I go back to my eraser at 70, zoom in, and just erase all this. Now that it's a ping, it's erasing it instead of making it white. So I can just, and now that I'm zoomed in a little bit more, I can get a little closer. That's so creepy. I'm glad to get rid of that weirdness. Yeah, so remember I was saying that Drake Takes has software that he uses to do this type of thing. What he uses is paint.net. Pixlr, the other version of Pixlr, this is the E version, the W version, is similar to paint.net. Has some very basic controls and simple things. It's easier to use. It's more user friendly, but as such doesn't have quite as much options to things you can do. All right, so this is just a group photo that I'm doing for my players and I, to just sort of get a better idea of what we're looking for or looking at what the players are like. I'm not even streaming this, so I'm not worried about being totally 100% correct. You can zoom, you could lower the size of the eraser and zoom in and just go very carefully along the art that you wanted to save. You could also use the wand select tool like I was before, and just take out chunks of it at a time until it's all gone. But um, like I said, I don't want to take a whole lot of time on this. This is the nice thing about it, though. On the other hand, though, this is an image I will use every week that we play. We play every other week with this campaign. So, um, unlike my maps and images of NPCs and stuff like that, that we will just use once, maybe twice. This is one we'll use quite a bit, so I do want it to be decent. But I really like, it's hard to find this type of art in the sense that, you know, most people who depict elves, especially female elves, like them in the half-naked versions of themselves and not well armored. And it's not that my player is a prude, it's just that I know for a fact she does not depict her character in that sense. Does not imagine her character running around in a bikini armor, you know? And wood elves aren't usually blonde, but her character is, so it's hard to find a blonde wood elf. Alright, so I am almost finished here. Like I said, I could take the eraser tool and just make it smaller. If I wanted to worry about this other stuff in between, I'm definitely going to get rid of this white though. If I want to worry about the stuff in between, make sure we got it all. There we go. Go along the bottom here. All the stuff in between and everything else. I'm not really that worried about that part of it. And this, actually, let me try my wand select real quick with this areas. Delete. There we go. So now we can just use the wand select tool for this. And get rid of most of this. And you can change the how sensitive the wand select tool is. So if you don't, if you will, like here, you see it's not this color variation. You can change it to where it's not as severe and it's not as picky, and it will pick a lot more of the area if you want. So it's a nice program. I like it. I like it a lot. Sorry about all the sniffles, guys. I hope it's not too annoying. I did take some allergy meds, so hopefully that will. It is getting better, at least from my end. All right, so we'll do a couple more real quick. There we go. Boom. Get rid of some of this. Oops. Control Z. Got rid of half the bow there. Don't want to do that. All right, so now we go back to our. All right, so there we go. There's our image. There's our person. Now we go File. We go Save, and we rewrite the one we already have. Are you sure you want to rewrite it? Yes. All right, so the other ones will be a lot faster and a lot simpler. That's why I started with her. Open. So now we'll start with Eridan, who is a ranger. Go down to our our R's. Here he is. Boom. So with this, all we need is the wand select. And we're done. Just like that. Save. So we're going to put him as Eridan. That's his name. Eridan. Download. Save. It's in the right spot. Now we close it. And now we go to our Goblin. Our Gobby Gobby. And same thing. Very simple. Grabbing the wand select tool, click, boom. Done. File. Save. The other thing this is doing, beside just getting rid of all this extraneous crap, is it's making it a PNG file as opposed to a JPEG, JPG file. And the difference is when we then slap them all together in our lineup, I can have a background. So I prefer to do pings for my group photos. One last one, which is our wolf. Boof, open. All right, so it looks like he's got a good delineation here in the colors. So one thing with the wand select, he does not. I see, so you had to watch. I had to watch out for that because see, he's going to get rid of half his pelt. So we turn down the tolerance. Is it up or down? I don't remember. Let's go to one extreme or the other. Let's see. Turn it down, way down to 8. Turn it way up. There we go. We want it to go up. All right. More, more, more. Boom. Still getting a little bit more of a bleed because he doesn't have a delineation between his mouth and things. So let's go all the way up to max. There we go. Whoa, hello. That was not what we wanted to do. Is it doing the opposite? All right, so let's bring it down to like 3. All right, so this isn't going to work for this one. We'll just crop him. Yeah, so the reason this isn't working, like I said, is like here. Well, let's do this first, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if you look at the mouth, the white bleeds through, and so there's not enough of a line, thick line. And you got the whiskers also crossing these lines, and so the wand select doesn't do all that. Okay, so if I wanted to, I could go through and delete it, but I'm not really going to worry about that. I'm happy with this picture the way it is, so we'll just leave it. Save it again. I took a lot of time with the elf, so I'm not really going to worry about taking the time to put this. Don't want to make it a ping. No, I'm just going to leave it. Again, I like to overwrite what's there already. Should already. Interesting. I wonder why it's not showing up here. Was the other one already a ping? All right, so it was a ping before. Interesting. All right, so now let's get to work. So what you have to do now that we made our saves, we put it in our Fantasy Grounds folder in our computer. What you got to do is open up your assets, and on the very bottom, refresh. Folder assets refreshed. Now all those pictures will be there. So I can go to images, I can go to data and open them up, or I can just type them in. So the first thing we're going to do is go to my images folder. Boom. So we have our assets and our images. So we go to, again, we're going to start with the Ranger. So you can see here it says JPEG, 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 ping. All I'm seeing is our JPEG. Let's click this again to make sure it's there. So I am going to go do what I said in the first place. Bring this up, go to my data, because that's just from that one file. I mean, that one folder, I should say. I have a lot in that folder, so it does take a little while. That's why I was trying to do this other route. Oh, did I save them as Aerodon? I did, didn't I? That's, see, again, user error. That wasn't, here he is. Yeah. So now you can just simply click and drag and drop him, and he will open up a new image. So there's been a glitch to where anytime you open up an image, it'll open up the last image that you had open. So that's what happened there. Okay, so here we have our Aerodon image here. And I think instead what I'm going to do, instead of going it this way, because now it's titled Aerodon, I think what I'm going to do is right click and make a new one. And it's going to be called Late Night. Oh no, this is a Luthien group photo. All right, so first thing you do when you're messing with an image is you set the grid. And the expert says that you should go with 100-100. So I'll start with 100-100. I sometimes will revert back to 50-50. We'll see. Turn. Let's see. Change the grid color real quick. Why am I not seeing the grid? Interesting. There we go. Now I can see the grid. Okay. All right. So back to our layers here. We've got our Aerodon ping. Then we go to our Druid. Okay, what did I see? I'm forgetting what I changed her name as to be. Changed what I saved it as. What did I save it as? Oh, it's Luthien. Okay, I didn't realize I had saved it. Why? There she is. Boom. So we go here to our thing and we zoom out. Goblin. So that he is his sidekick. And then Winter Wolf. So this says it was a ping. It's still white. Same thing. All right. So we're going to delete this one. Winter Wolf. Delete. We can go to our JPEG because it's cropped a little closer. All right, so now we have our people. So now what I'm going to do is go back up to the top. I'm going to go to all. I'm going to go to the Fantasy Ground Crests. Art pack. Oh, no. Decal. That's what I wanted. Fantasy Grounds decal. Because it has a lot of cool stuff in the decals that you can, come on, set as a background. All right, sorry about that. So you can see you can use like this brick background, put bullet holes, riddle it with bullet holes. Got bugs you can throw on there. Lots of really cool stuff in the most recent decal set. The one I like a lot is this one right here, the damaged. It's like they're standing in front of a wall. So you put this behind them, boom. So it's like they're in front of a brick wall. Drop it down, boom. See, it looks pretty cool. I was looking at this one now. What's this one look like? This is a similar feel to it. Maybe I can combine. Maybe I'll combine the two. Drop it down. Sure, sure, sure. And then you take this, got it selected, and you duplicate it, and you flip it, bring it down. Pretty cool, huh? Okay. You can also put like space or the sky or um, a mountain behind them and stuff. So there's lots of cool images. Put them in front of a rocky plain or um, nice wall cracks. Very cool. Anyway, so that's what the decal is for. So now we're done with that. Um, now we go back to our layers, and now we just want to size them correctly. So and put them in as the right height. So the goblin is actually pretty close. He's pretty close to what we want him to be. He's also a rogue, so I like that he sort of halfway blends in here. I'm going to make the there, so then he's going to be by his friend Eridan. Pull it up. That's why I like the ping, see, because I can put them, you can see through it, so it makes it nice. But he obviously is much taller. So let's see. I'm going to reset this. Reset. And then I'm just going to change it here. I want to maintain the aspect ratio. Let's go with 10. Yes. That's 10. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. So I'm going to zoom in on the feet. We want them to be, so hold control to get, so it's not locked into the grid. So his foot there. So we're going to go here. Boom. Okay. And then we go to Luthien. Luthien's, she's going to be about 9 because she's shorter than Eridon. Oh, this must be width. That's width. Okay, so height. Needs to be about 5 less. So let's see what happens if we do 10. No, did not maintain the aspect ratio. Reset. Lock. 10. Too much. 12. Little bit more. 14. 13. Once again, zoom in down here on the feet. And then we're going to drop her behind Eridon. Let's see, can we flip her? What happens if we flip her? Nice. So I'm going to shift it a little bit more over. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now we go to the wolf. slap him in over here. Let's see, since we have him selected, what happens if we change the opacity down a little bit? There we go. It's not quite as white. Still shows up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our background. We're going to select all three. We'll make a folder, new folder. We're going to say, call it background. And we're going to put all three of these into it. Put this whole folder back behind again. And then we're going to, and while it's selected, I'm going to change the opacity a little bit. So it's not quite as oppressive. And then we're going to change the size. We go to our grid. So there is our group photo of our 4 people. Let's go to the wolf, turn it down a little bit more. Winter wolf, we'll go to our, we had to be on our layers. There we go. Tint, turn it down. We're at 2, let's try 175. He's actually a little bit bigger than that. That's almost like a regular wolf, so he needs to be a little bit bigger. And go to our layers. We're gonna, again, we want to keep the aspect ratio, so let's go to, that's the width. That's fine. So we'll change it from 8 to 10. Yes, sir, he is a big puppers. All right, boom. We're actually going to make him 11. Oh, not 110. 11. We're going to put him behind Luthien. Come on. Boof. All right, so there's our group. I don't like the white square. It does bug me quite a bit. I'm probably going to tweak that a little bit just because it's just too much. Let's try one more time going back here and turning him down. Winter Wolf to 125. That is better, but yeah, I'm going to leave it like that for now. That's fine. All right, so there we go. We have our group photo. I'm now going to put it in our in my hotbar so I can find it again. I'm also going to close, okay, cancel, boom. So there you go. Now, also keep in mind this wood gives you the tan background. Typically, this would be a white background. So it would be he wouldn't stand out as much because all this would just blend in. So I'm probably going to change the theme before we go to before I play, so that he won't stand out as much. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm not going to make you sit through while I change the theme and make sure it works. Uh, the theme I'm using right here, so I'm going to go with the D&D official. Right now I'm using the wood theme. So thank you. Like, subscribe, all that happiness. Um, don't forget to check out Drake Takes and Atomic Hero Squad. Um, uh-oh. Links. Okay. Oh, I didn't even notice that I had stopped you from posting the paint.net link. Sorry about that. Uh, yeah. Um, I still go back and forth with that, with allowing links, simply because most of the spam I get are links. Uh, so apologize for that. And I normally catch that and can call it out, but regardless, thank you so much. Um, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Check out Drake Takes. Check out Atomic Hero Squad. Whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day.